The first book I wrote was Everything I Know About Leadership I Learned from the Kids. In fact, I learned afterwards, years after writing it, that the school library that my kids attended that had bought several copies of the book, my kids spent the best part of their break times going and hiding the book from their fellow pupils. My son said to me, "Dad, if any of my friends read this book, I'll probably have to leave the school, maybe even the country." But it really is just anecdotal, and they're stories that I think every family has, stories mostly humorous of being a parent. I want to just share one story with you. I'm not going to read it, but it's the story of the blind man. And it's not of my kids, this particular story. It was one I heard and then got permission to write in the book. It takes place in a supermarket, and a mom is there with her little girl. And her little girl notices a man shopping with a long white stick. Obviously, he's blind. And at the top of her voice, as little children often do, she said, "Mommy, why has that man got a white stick?" And the mom went, "Shh, quiet, he's blind." Again, at the top of her voice, "What do you mean he's blind?" And by this stage, the blind man had his attention wrapped by this little girl, and he bends down, the mom says, and explains to this little girl, face to face, that he's never been able to see. And the little girl is absolutely stunned. She can't conceive of somebody not being able to see. And she says to him, "Does that mean you don't know colors?" And he says, "Yes, I don't know colors." And she says to him, "Would you like me to teach you colors?" And he says, "Of course." And the mom says by this stage, a few people have sort of slowed down and are gathering around. She wants to get her little girl out of there, but the blind man is just engaging her. And so the little girl proceeds to tell the blind man how to understand colors. Here's how she does it. She says to him, "Have you ever been outdoors on a sunny day and you feel the sunshine warming your face?" And he laughs and he says, "Yes, of course. I've had that experience often." She said, "Well, that is what yellow is like, when you feel your face being warmed by the sun." And then she said, "Bright red is when you're at the beach and the sand is so hot you can't stand in one place and you have to dance on one spot because the sand is burning the soles of your feet." She said to him, "That is what red is like." And then she said, "When you run into the water to cool your feet and you feel that wonderful sensation of the water cooling your feet," she said, "that is brilliant blue." A little girl who gave a blind man images that he could understand colors by. You know, in being an adaptive leader, the essential part of that is being a learner. And sometimes we assume that we can only learn from those who know a lot, who are higher up the food chain, who are more influential, more powerful. That's not true. We can learn from the least among us. We can learn from people from whom we think we have nothing to learn. And I think smart leaders, smart individuals are looking around them all the time to learn from people from whom they think they have nothing to learn from unlikely resources. Everything I know about leadership, I learned from the kids.